Hi, welcome to Forex In Four. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, May 3rd, 2011. This morning I'm talking about fear of retaliation, and looks like there's a little bit of risk aversion in the markets today with the way some of the things are going on. Stocks are selling off around the globe. We've got yen, dollar, and Swiss franc strength. We've got some euro, Aussie weakness. So basically it's just a classic risk aversion type of day where people are unwinding some of the carry trades, things that they have. Now, we obviously heard this Osama bin Laden news today. And I guess there's some thought that, perhaps there's going to be retaliatory strikes from his organization around the globe. Well, I got to tell you, I think that while, we should be on heightened alert, a lot of these fears are unfounded, and you just can't go around through life living in fear. And one of the other things that concerns me about this whole idea that this morning is a fear-based selling is that we also see that oil prices are lower, and we see that gold is lower, and that's a little bit strange for what might be considered a risk event coming from that part of the region. Now, should something happen, you would see oil prices go higher in that situation, typically, especially if it's something that disrupts supply, or if it's going to, cause military action to occur in that part of the world. So there is risk in the market this morning. Just, I'm not 100% certain that it's just all due to this, Al-Qaeda thing, and not so much that it's just a little bit of a reversal here of trend that we've seen for a little while now. Just want to show you the euro here on the 30-minute chart. You can see yesterday, wow, look at that. That's just a classic doji candle right there, happening just above 149. Law of round numbers says sell at that point, and you can see we just sort of sold off right here coming in. Wasn't any real significant news out of the Eurozone this morning. All right, they had PPI numbers came in just around as expected, so that there's really no surprise there. But what we can look at is we can look at the Aussie dollar. Okay, and you can see right around the same time, Aussie dollar, nice hanging man candle right there. Okay, just up at the 110 level. Aussie sold off. Now, they had their rate policy meeting overnight, and they did as expected. They left rates unchanged at 4.75%. But what was interesting is that the comments that they made with the accompanying statement were a little bit hawkish. They're saying that they're concerned about inflation and that they're going to keep an eye on it. But nevertheless, the markets decided that today's a good day to sell off. We've got stocks down around the globe. We've got oil prices lower, gold lower as well. As I mentioned, U.S. stock futures set to open lower. So you can see that pullback from 110 was pretty significant. Now, what I want to do is let's just look at this on a daily chart. We can see, I can see that this uptrend, this tremendous uptrend that's happened, is still pretty much intact right now. And I would say as long as we can keep it above 107, that we're probably going to be in an uptrend there. But we'll probably due for a little bit of sideways action now. We're showing that we are in overbought territory with some shorter-term stochastics. So we could get a pullback, could be a buying opportunity, but we're going to have to see what happens with the rate policy meetings coming out of the Euro, the ECB rather, and the B of E on Thursday. Now, we're looking at the pound here. Now, the pound's actually sold off a little bit more. All right, they actually had some PMI figures that came in earlier this morning that came in worse than expected. It's actually, they came in at a 7-month low, so that was a pretty bad figure. And I think that the B of E is just really concerned about slowing growth there. So, regardless of the inflation that they're seeing right now, I don't think they're ready to do anything about rates. And while the expectation is that they're not going to change rates on Thursday's meeting, the unfortunate story is that we won't get an accompanying policy statement with that decision. All right, we're going to have to wait for the Bank of England meeting minutes to come out, which will be out about 2 weeks later, to get an idea of where these guys stand. But right now, inflation's still high. I still think they're probably riding it out. They just had this the royal wedding that took place last week, and everybody seems to be happy about that and can sort of forget about life's little problems for a little while. But, that story is not going to continue to happen for an extended period, because people are hurting over there as far as, what's going on with the economy, with what's happening with inflation, and it's only going to be a matter of time before they need to change course. So, we're seeing dollar strength. We've got yen strength on unwind to carry trades. You can see here dollar yen, looking at the daily. Okay, we just broke through that 81 level yesterday, and it looks like we're coming coming back down to retest 80 level. Now you can see right here these lows happen because of the natural disaster that occurred in Japan. So I wonder where exactly we're going to stop there, but I thought that 81 level was going to be pretty safe, but perhaps not so much. So maybe we're looking at about 80 and a half for the first level down here. We're going to see if 80 can hold. I think if the yen continues to strengthen, then Bank of Japan is going to have to take some more aggressive action with trying to, weaken their currency a little bit. So that's sort of what we're looking at today. Right now the world is on heightened alert, for what's going on, and people are sort of fearful of what's going to happen with Al Qaeda. But right now I think these guys are on the run. That it's going to be harder for them to conduct operations. And to be honest with you, ideology is one thing, but and these guys are pretty crazy and the stuff that they do. But if you cut off the head, if you cut off the source of funding, now all of a sudden you got these lone terrorist martyr guys running around and going, hey, wait a second, this doesn't sound so good. There's no bin Laden, there's no money, why am I doing this? So I think we are winning the battle of global opinion, and you can see that happening across North Africa, with all these rallies and these basic revolutions, people lashing out against the oppressive governments that are over there. So we're going to have to see what happens there. There's still a lot of great risk coming out of the area. I mean, we've sort of forgotten about Libya here for a couple of days, but that's still going on. And there's problems in other countries. I believe Syria, they're just taking out civilians when they can. Not that it's a laughing matter, but so that's really kind of what we're looking at. So there is still some pretty big risk in the market. We've got these rate policy meetings on Thursday, and then of course we're going to get the U.S. non-farm payrolls on Friday. So that's what I'm looking at today, folks. Good trading to all.
As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.